Hey guys, um, right, gold's looking a little bit tasty, so I'm definitely gonna put uh, open calc, market pending. Right, oh, we need to be quick here, guys. Need to be quick. Okay, so orders in. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do a very small order live at market, um, and stop down here. So it's a small order based on the fact that I'm expecting the market to go from here up. So we've tested old support. So I've done this as a very small order, like a third of my normal risk. Ideally, I would have bought a little bit lower, but I've got my buy stop above this initial candle here. And what I'll do with this one is I'll, on this one, when it triggers, if it does trigger, so we're 20 pips up on the initial trade now, and we're both in. Okay, so get ready to close half on all of them. Now I can't use partial TPs here purely because I've got two trades running. So I'm going to see 7 pips on the second trade, and I will close half. So we're second trade's basically at entry, give or take spread. First trade that was at a third of the normal risk is basically 20 pips up. So let me just, I can't move yet. Right. Hey Tiff, how are you, darling? I'll come to questions shortly. So at 7 pips up, I'm going to close half. Oh, that was very close. That was 0.67. There we go. Closed half. Oh, okay. Let's get this one 699. Okay, so this one we're going to put stops to break even there. This one is going to come up to here as well. I'm just going to take another half. Ah, damn it. I missed it there. I tried to take another half off. Okay, so the second entry's got stopped at break even, and that one's just got pinged there. So what do we take on that? We were 1200 for the day. Why has that not come up? Let's have a look, see what we took there. So we just another $400 on that trade, guys. So let me know if you caught. Ah, no worries, Tiff. Uh, anyone catch that one? Let me know if you caught that one. That was a little bit quick, but it was a quick 400 bucks there. I did miss out on a little bit because I tried to take an extra chunk of that trade off. Guys, let me know who's in. Who's in the stream? Why am I not seeing? Hey, Simon, did you catch that, mate? Jez missed it, had to take a call. Gutted, pal, gutted. Right, NASDAQ M30. Right, look, what were we looking at this morning? We were looking for a close above here. We've seen a close above. Never seen me trade like this before. You have, Frankie. The the first entry was just a dynamic risk. You've seen me do that. The second entry was just a flip entry. There's nothing new to that. Hey Yotko, how you doing? Oh, I've traded dynamic risk before. All right, let me just. get a bit of music on. Now, I'm skeptical. There is buys above here. There is buys above here. Oh, 1 second, guys. 1 second. Got Amazon. Sorry, guys. Um, yeah, that was tradition. There was nothing new about that, Frankie. The only thing that is slightly different that I did was a dynamic risk entry. But you have seen me do it before. I don't do it very often because it doesn't happen very often. Um, but see now, if we look at what it did, we bought here as it tapped, but a third of the normal risk because I was expecting the market to come up and break the highs. I still think that is an entry. Yeah, 1 sec. Sorry guys, 1 second. Sorry about that. So I still like this for buyers above the bullish candle. And this will probably be, and it will be actually, my final trade of the day. So let's have a look. What's the high? 19.42. Let's just check. Make it 42, 4258. That's fine. Let's get a partial TP in. I'm going to take more off this time. I'm going to take 60% off because we just had a win on the same market. So there we go. Same entry. You could look at the DAX. Okay, the DAX isn't setting up for me on this broker. So we look at the 30. Yeah, no, definitely not setting up. Whereas it looks very different on TradingView on that broker. NASDAQ it's just popped. So that looks good. Let me just move that to here. NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ, guys, was a setup. 20 points would have hit your first TPs. I actually think you're probably safer looking for longs on the NASDAQ in terms of news. I think. I'm not sure. Uh, because the market is bearish, I think when we see what happened yesterday based on that fake news, that move up was just frightening. So I think the market is, and the algos are all set for potential move to the upside on any positive news. All right, so we're close to triggering again, guys. Hey Sid, how you doing, mate? We've had one trade already. We'll just clip that. We'll just see if we can hit a second trade, and this will be my final trade of the day. Um, so let me just check what am I risking. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, literally lovely jubbly in by the spread. See if we can have 130 points. That's okay. We've got COMEX opening in 20 minutes. this little push down. In fact, we've taken out those highs. I would expect we can push on. I'm going to do 70% rule here, just because if you look at where we are from the support level, we are 50 points from it, maybe. So we look at the lower time frames. So COMEX in 19 minutes, see if we get that surge up. In fact, how many dollars are we up on the day? 1.2%. NASDAQ up 425 points on the day, 2.44%. A lot of people's long-term portfolios will be thanking the market for these kind of moves. Hmm. Well, 5, 5, 10, 15. So 15-minute candles. DAX is pushing, NASDAQ still pushing. Ooh, could this not even give any opportunity to move stops here? Next 2 minutes are going to be pretty crucial for this trade. I need this 15-minute candle to close remotely bullish, even somewhere up near the open, then I think we're okay. So we've got 1.5 minutes left, but DAX is pushing through the highs. But as you can see, that this area here, if you're looking for DAX longs, we need it to close above 20,300. Right, I need that COMEX surge. And 30 seconds. Lovely first start to the next 5-minute candle. I don't mind it dropping first because, as we say, we always like it to pull back before it goes forward. But in this instance, I would definitely like to see the buyers coming in a little bit stronger. We break the own high. If we break its own high, then expect the candle, the market to fill the wick of the previous candle. So what I'm going to do here, guys, just for capital protection, just because this last move wasn't the best. If we do come up and we get back to entry price, I'm going to close half my position. I don't mind if it goes on and hits target, but as we know, markets will generally give us a second opportunity to get out of the market before it either goes on and hit target or stop us out. So I'm definitely going to, if we get back to entry price, I'm going to close half out. I just don't, most of my trades, when they hit target, they do it quick. The longer they linger around, the less likely they are to hit target, in my opinion. So we get anywhere within like a couple of pips of entry price, I'm going to close half out. But we've got to get back there first. No need to try and get a home run here, guys. We've already had a decent day, so if we can get back to entry price, I'm going to close half out. I'm prepared to risk a little bit. Once we broke the high of this candle, I did think the market would just push straight on and go straight to target, and it hasn't done that. So it's now about trade management. Definitely need it to break its own high. And then I would expect we should get somewhere within this vicinity of the 5-minute closure here, which is going to leave us about 9 pips. But like I said, it's got to break its own high. And right now we're not seeing that movement. Oof. It's looking a bit bleak, guys. Could we be handing back today's profit potential? Still 2 minutes of this 5-minute candle to play out. The joys of the markets. The amount of times I've had conversations today about my trades, the quicker they are, the longer they stick around, tend to be the longer they stick around, definitely the higher possibility of not being a winning trade. But you usually do get a second bite of being able to get out, which is why I'm saying that if we do come anywhere back near my entry price, I want to close half of it out just to reduce risk. But it's a bit of a tall order now. We've only got, unfortunately, doesn't look like it's gonna happen. And there we go. We've been pinged. So we're down $160 on the day now. So as quick as it can be made, it can be burnt, guys. It can be burnt. And it was looking so nice as well. The high, 1942. Yeah, 37 pips. Now, there's no way to trade. The hourly's going to look. Do I? I mean, it's still setting up, but I think once bitten, I'm not going to trade that one again. And unfortunately, there was no way of me actually reducing risk. Yeah, markets are crazy, but I like crazy markets, right? Crazy markets are what we need. We need volatility, but it's look on that. There was no way of reducing risk. It didn't give us an opportunity because normally what I'd like to do is we got triggered, we had our stop as close as we could, which was underneath here. It literally didn't even, from the second this candle opened, it didn't even push up. Because if it had pushed up first, then we'd have moved our stop underneath. Because once it goes up, once it came down to create a bottom wick, then if it pushed higher, we could have brought our stop up. But it didn't even give us that opportunity. So there was no way of doing it. And we didn't get a second opportunity of being able to close half at entry, not the entry, at the entry price, sorry. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, that's I'm gonna say gold written off. Gold's written off for me right now. Hmm. So if you're looking for buys now, you've got to see a close above here. DAX. Now what I'm looking for, if you got a close above here on the DAX, then you've got a good 193 points, but you've got to wait for a close above sells. Yeah, you could look at the sells. Cells would work if this can. You got to wait 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Let's just see what's happening on the. Nah, nothing here. But the DAX, yeah, you've got clear candle space from here down to here, so you've got 229 points. What's the DAX up? It's up 135 on the day. Wait 7 minutes. Wait for this candle to close because this candle could close bullish, it could close bearish, it could close indecision. If it closes strong like this and then the next candle pushes up, then you can sell the low. I would do that. I would sell the low of this if we close bear as a strong bearish candle like this. If it's not a strong bearish candle close, I'm doing nothing. So guys, we've had one win, one loss. The loss though has just taken us to slightly under break even for the day now. We're minus $160, which it is what it is. It was a great setup. I'd trade it every time. But there's no more trades on gold for me today. Ooh, look at that. So gold selling. What's happening with NASDAQ? Not a great deal. Yeah, gold's come off about $10 there. That was perfect timing to look for a long, wasn't it? We got the first one and the second one as it broke the highs by 2 pips. Mm. Daily flip could be. interesting if that actually happens. The daily flip, now you'd have to be very careful on risk management because it would be a monstrous stop. But the daily flip looks very, very interesting on gold. You'd have to reduce your normal lot sizing by a tenth. You'd want to do 10% of your normal lot size, maybe even 5%. Let's have a look at the DAX. We've got to wait 4 minutes for this candle to close. Yeah. If we close like this, there is a pending sell coming, providing we have a wick up. So now remember, this order isn't placed; they're just sat there. we need a strong bearish close, which we've got 3 minutes left for that to happen. And if it does, fantastic. We have a trading opportunity. If it doesn't, we don't. So look, coming up to 2 minutes. Mm. Okay, so this one, we've got 1 minute left for a little bit more of a drop for a potential order. What we got? 1 minute. I don't think we're going to get a setup here, guys. So look at 50 seconds. I mean, look, if it closes, let's say we've got this little bit here. If it closes somewhere around here, then we've got something to work with. 33 seconds. Twelve seconds. So this one's not setting up. Let's get rid of it. Oh, guys, are you still there? Because I've got a feeling, and just a bit of a Wi-Fi issue. There we go. Hey Vic, how you doing? You've not missed much, buddy. Okay. Had one win, one loss, break even for the day. Well, $160 down for the day. Because the last loss, I couldn't reduce risk any further than the initial entry and stop. Broken truck sat in the workshop. Well, at least you can chill out, mate. Not navigate through our and navigate through our live stream. Okay, so this is what we're going to look for. Gold. Okay, if we have some nice strong candles down here, you're going to either look for a breakout below, or you're going to look for a BPC long from here, or you're going to look for a breakout long above here. We're currently sat in no man's land. So we'll leave this one alone, but as I said, we'll look for breakouts down here because you've got, what, 90 pips. And above here, you've got about 100 pips, so it looks good. DAX, more weight. NASDAQ. I think we might be stuck now for the rest of the day, to be fair, guys. If we're going to drop down to the 50, so happy to take shorts underneath here, but looking for breakouts based on the 15, you're going to have to look for a move above 53. It's 50 points. So that's a problem. The market ranges, they look small, but they're actually not. It's just because of how big the candles have been over the last few days. So we can actually hit 20,358. Yeah, you got 56 points. So depending how the market closes above there, but not quite sure. I'm not feeling the longs above here. If we get a close above 20,358, fine. But I think I'm going to look for the sells. Okay, NASDAQ. NASDAQ potential BPC long. Shorts, you're going to have to wait for the market to get below. Well, it's good 300 points lower. We want to be getting shorts up there. So that's what we'll look for. Yeah, close below 17,500 for shorts. Pound yen, 188. Okay, pound yen is potential. So if you get a close above, yeah, 188, then there's potential. So close above 188, there's potential. I'm not so keen on the sell side opportunities, so happy to look for longs above 188. You got a nice 60 odd points up for grabs there. DAX, as I've said, we need to see by the time the 2 p.m. candle starts, so that's in 24 minutes, we'd want to see 30-minute bearish candle to look for opportunities, which we'd want to be selling below this candle here, which we're looking for a bearish close on the 30, wick up, and then we'll use this wick here to sell down. There's 225 points potentially up for grabs there. So just patience, guys. If it doesn't set up, we finish the day with a slight loss. If it does set up, we're either going to have another losing trade, a break-even trade, or a winning trade. So we just stick to the same risk management rules. And over time, the numbers will pan out for us. How's everyone's day been? Yeah, I made it to the gym, so and a little run. And when I say little, it's only 2k to the gym and 2k back. So it was a little bit. It's a nice little warm up and a little cool down. Definitely makes you feel a bit. Yeah, I'm surprised to see. I'm surprised to see you here, Jez. Ah, well, listen to your body, mate. If you need the oh my God, he's still got love it. The constitution of an ox. One trade, one win. Ah, well done. Well done. That's perfect. That's what you want. One trade, one win. Nice. So, listen, I'm happy to paddle this evening. I'm going to call you Mr. Paddle. Pound yen could give us an opportunity. Now, if we are going to see, it depends what we're going to see from the indexes. So, that's it, mate. Keep trading simple. Keep trading simple. Listen, you're never going to have 100% success rate. You're always going to have losses. You're always going to have, let's call it silly moments where you might over risk by mistake. You might, if you use something like magic keys, I don't know with Trade Assistant if it happens, but magic keys, if you've just, I don't know, done an order and then you've gone over to another screen but you haven't yet clicked on it, and if I start typing and then press enter and I'm not looking at what I'm typing, um, obviously sometimes it's still sat on this chart and nothing's typing's coming up, and when I hit enter, depending what the last thing was that I pressed on here, it could open a new trade. Obviously if there's no trades running, I'll just hear it because it might go stop loss at entry and it'll just make the magic keys noise. So you just have to be very, very careful um, with where you were on your with which screen you were on last, um, if you start typing, because there's times where I've literally bought or sold a market and I was like, oh my God, how did that get there? And it's just when you hit enter on your keyboard, if you haven't let's say, clicked on the other screen that you want to be on, and you hit enter, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you've bought or sold something that you don't necessarily want to be in. Okay, DAX could be the one. We've got 19 minutes. Yeah, gold's just in the middle of nowhere. God, I don't know why I'm bloody cold today. Oh, big day for Arsenal fans. Don't think we've got any in here, do we? Arsenal, Real Madrid. But obviously, days like this, you always want to see the English clubs go through. Oh, Mr. Cole, you've been quiet in the background. Yeah, very patriotic no matter what. Always want to see English clubs win. Hilarious. Well, with a surname like Owen, there's definitely a bit of Welsh in me. I don't know how far down the line it is, but there's definitely some. 2 minutes, and there could 2 minutes. We could be getting the setup we were looking for. The last 15-minute candle. What we got? Yeah, 1 minute 12 seconds. Oops. So 1 minute. I was gonna say in your industry, Yotko, 20, the low 20,182. 20,182. Right, we have 30 seconds left. If this closes like this, I'm happy to place a sell order if the next candle pushes up. But we're going to sell below the low of the lowest wick. So, there we go. Push up. Okay, there we go. What are we risking? Oh, so, TP and So TP1 20 pips. I've put TP2 in at 50 pips here. Now, if this is going to be the top wick, then if price does trigger us below here, we can bring our stop down to above the high of this candle. What's going on with gold? Gold's still dropping. Now, if it can drop and drop hard back down to here, then I'd rather look for a bullish candle here and trade the range. $14 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. It is looking a bit top heavy, just based on how these candles are forming, but we'll see. Could just be a pause before it continues to break out to the upside. But if we do break the lows, then I would expect we should continue straight through to TP1, no questions asked. And this is why we wait for a wick up, because no matter what, if price goes up, we don't lose anything. We don't get caught. Okay. So how come the previous low? Because this candle hasn't yet created. Here we've had a downrange candle. Here we've had an uprange candle. So I don't want to be just clipped into it. Then we hit 15, 16 points, fill this range, and then it just reverse like it's done here. You see, each time it's come down, it's wicked. We need it to do something it hasn't done yet. Okay. And if you look at the 30, that will be a wick up and then taking out the lows of the 30-minute candle. So I need it to break this. I don't want it to just do the 15. Yes, it means you get a worse entry price, but you get more confirmation. So sometimes you just have to sacrifice a few pips on entry just to get the better confirmation. And we do have nice clean range candles to trade down into. I'm bloody freezing. God. I never get cold. Here I am. I'm just getting spammed by King Ibrahim. See what he's spamming me with. Mine to earn with Solana. No, thank you. $11 of this candle. Let's see what's happening over on the NAS. Pulling back, pound yen doing nothing. Gold still sitting there. Yeah, I love those emails. Your inheritance of $25 million is waiting for you. Please send a check to release funds. Sure. Right, 10 minutes of this 30-minute candle. Now, also, one thing we have to remember is that in 10 minutes, we're also going to have a close of the hourly. So we're seeing an uprange bearish candle. Now, it is failing at structure. So if two scenarios can happen here, this could just be a little pullback in price before we get the next move higher. Now, I'm not going to trade anything above here until we get a close above. So if we do get a close above, then fantastic. We're good to go for the longs. But whatever we're rejecting this area, we've got seller candles, then we're going to be looking for a wick up to sell the lows. So that's where we currently sit. And I think that hmm, I think it's going to be the only potential setup. I don't really see anything else. Hmm. I know I said I had to switch off at 2, but my meeting at 2 has been cancelled, so I'm free until 2:30. How's the delay today, by the way, guys? In fact, let me just turn on lives. I want to see if we're same as we were yesterday about, uh, yeah, about 3 seconds. Okay, that's good. Ooh, uh, let's see what's going back on with the DAX. Hmm. Not a great deal, guys. Not a great deal. 7 minutes before we potentially close the order. Yeah, sorry guys, it's gone a bit slow. I'm pretty certain there's no news today. Uh, uh, what was I looking for? Forex Factory. Yeah, nothing today, nothing tomorrow. Okay, there is news tomorrow, but it's not while I'm going to be trading. It's at 7 p.m. and it's only the minutes from the FOMC. And then Thursday we got CPI, so expecting to see another decline tomorrow in the CPI month on month. Year on year, expecting to see a decline from 2.8 down to 2.6 in the US. So obviously, inflationary data coming down. Not yet at the target. Target's 2%, but it's heading the right way for the US. Yeah, it's absolutely nothing to get involved with. if gold created a support, so if you got a bullish 15-minute candle, a relatively strong bullish candle, then a wick down, you could look to buy the break of the highs. But that obviously is going to take at least another, what, 4, 20, maybe 25 minutes or so. So this is where patience comes in, guys, and not get caught trying to just trade anything and everything. Okay. 4 minutes. 4 minutes for the hourly candle to close, the 30-minute candle to close, the 15-minute candle to close. They're all going to close at the same time. So let's have a look what the hourly is doing under a microscope. So if we look at the last 4 15-minute candles, Doji, hanging on, bearish, hanging on. Now, what do these mean? Not a great deal. At resistance, where you see these small bodied, long tails, it shows that sellers came into the market, tried to push price down, but didn't get anywhere. So sellers at this price are present. So which is why if we break that low, I would expect it to continue to move lower. Now, you know I'm not one for all these hanging mans, long-tailed dojis, all that kind of thing. I'd rather refer to candles as uprange, downrange, inside and outside. Now, we have an uprange, but the only variable when we refer to those 4 candles is how the market closes, the candle closes. So we've gone from an uprange to a downrange to an inside and potentially another inside. So these 2 candles, they don't really tell us a lot. We've got 2 minutes left of this candle to either break the high or the low of this first candle. So that's what we're waiting for. We need this candle, the one that I've got my cursor over, for the market to get above, above or below that candle. 3 seconds can cost 10 pips, absolutely. But that's why it's always good to have your system in place. You know exactly what you're doing, and ultimately not just follow. I'll tell you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it for educational purposes, and then it's about you going away, back testing it, putting systems in place. How do we make that happen? How do we make this happen? Um, Future-proof yourself. So if I'm not doing a live stream on YouTube, you know exactly what you're going to do. Oh, bloody hell, I'm absolutely freezing. That is a sign I'm not feeling 100%. Okay, 1 minute left. Well, this hourly candle is going to be closing pretty much at its opening price. As you can see, there we go. And that's exactly what it's done. Not a lot. What is the indicator called for spread and buying and selling live in the top left of your MT4? What? Which indicator? There's no indicators here. You've only got magic keys, which you use. You on about this red thing here, Simon, with these numbers? It's now blue. Oh, it's just one-click trading. Yeah, yeah, it's not an indicator, but the 10, that's just your volume. So you can change that. 1, 0. Put 0 in, you're not going to make or lose any money, that's for sure. Let's see what's going on. Gold sells. That is interesting. All right. I'm taking gold short on a flip entry. Let's have a look at the low. 3,253. 3,253. 53 is 2 pips. Now, again, if the market is just going to rally from this little minor support area, it's not going to cost us anything. So I don't mind to see price just going higher. If that happens, fine. But yeah, the market's looking like we're going to see a rally on the open. Maybe. What we're risking. Let's just put that above the high for now. God, I might have to put the heater on. Let's close that DAX order. So DAX order I'm closing. We're going to wait for more confirmation now. So we've got a T1 here, a T2 here, and then extended targets right the way down here. So if we scale out twice, this extended target down here would only make $450, just slightly under. So if you basically divide it by half and then half again, because we're taking 50% off here, 50% off here, will leave us with 25% of the original trade. Now, so really need to push the stock just above the high of this candle now. It's just created a slightly higher top wick. So what's the higher time frames looking like? As I mentioned, the daily flip looks very interesting down here because what happened yesterday, big move down, gap down, markets pushed up, sold off hard, came back towards the end of the day. Today we've seen it go up. So could we be breaking the low later and then coming down to fill yesterday's range? Maybe it's worth leaving. I mean, look, the odds are if we get triggered, I would expect the market to run straight down to hit TP. But when we start moving up like this, is this just what we call liquidity grab before we sell off ahead of the US Open in 23 minutes? What's happening on the NAS? Oh, not a great deal, guys. Not a great deal. Pound yen sat there. I won't do anything with pound yen unless pound yen. The only trade I'd be interested in is if we get a close above there. And in order for that, you're probably going to have to see indexes rally. Okay, so God, really goosebumps. Okay, it's still pushing higher. If we break this high, we'll cancel the order. So at 3013, we get there. We're going to cancel the order. Okay, so on the DAX, we're seeing a little pop, but remember we need to see a close above. Need to see a close above here for longs on the DAX. Are we seeing anything on the live news feeds? Wow. US 10-year yields rise to the highs of the month. JP Morgan now expects 4 consecutive ECB rate cuts. S&P's recent news are up. Hope is in the air, but the deadline is Forex news from the European morning session. Okay, so US tariff negotiations are the result of massive inbound calls, not markets. As markets stabilize, so do the rate cut expectations. Traders pared back some of the aggressive rate cut expectations following the bounce in stock market and some hopes for tariff deals. Okay, so as you can see, everything is, the wording is all hope. In hope, deals are made. In hope that deals are made. There's been nothing said. But we are seeing DAX pop in. We're seeing NASDQ pop in. So, is it So false alarm. Is this another fake news move like we saw yesterday? Which that was just insane. We got, what was it, 1,000 pips in a few minutes. So something's happening. Something is happening for sure. Uh, the DAX is having more of a move than the NASDAQ. Mm. So as I said, if price is going to get above here on pound yen, what's going to require that to happen is we need to see indexes rally. Okay, let's cancel the gold order. It's broken the highs. Okay, so gold order's cancelled, guys. It's looking slim pickings today, to be fair now. You know what, guys? I'm not even going to stick around for the open, I don't think. I'm just going to close my screen down because there's nothing. You got to ask yourself, where are you going to trade from? So we wanted to see a close above here, but now the DAX has just gone, what, 90, 100 points above that high. So it doesn't really give us anything to trade with there. The Dow, the NASDAQ, again, we're looking for a closure above here. We're seeing 67 points above there. Yes, it can move further, but it's not exactly ideal. Pound yen will sit tight on. Gold, oh, now gold, believe it or not, I can't believe this. This is going to be the trade we were looking at, the trade we took. Right, I'm taking it, guys, because if we break that high, that is a massive shift in sentiment. Right, oh man, I missed it. Bollocks. I was too busy trying to type in my entry, and I've put the wrong bloody TP in as well. It should have been 100. So guys, you should have hit TP1 there. Oh, I don't know, but definitely. I've taken two losses. Two losses. That should have been a break-even trade. Should have been a break-even trade. Now, I was too busy faffing around getting the targets in. Should have focused on getting the stop loss to break even. Well, what do we? The setup is there, guys. I'm sorry, but third and final chance. 3 strikes and out. What's the high? Well, this has been a. If it closes back below this range, what's happened with the NASDAQ actually? Yeah, it's pushing. We're seeing optimism. Ooh. I'm going to go. How many pips is that? 80. Take your pick. One of them's going to pop. NASDAQ's 2.7% up. I'm going to take gold. What's the high? All right, let's not mess around this time. So if this candle closes bearish, I'm closing the trade and we're done. So I think, what did I just lose on that last trade? 7. We're down 1% on the day now. I think that was $1,000. Let's have a look. I'm not placing a trade, it's just I want to see what the... Yeah, lost $1,000 on that trade. So a good morning has been, I've eradicated it with 2 trades. All right, let's 70% rule. Here it comes. All right, get ready for stop loss. Ooh. There we go. Oh, why did it not move to break even? All right. No. Oh, got stopped at break even. So we didn't get much back. 150, about $180 back there, guys. So we still finished the day down 0.9% on the day. That's it. I'm done now. I'm not chasing the market. And annoyingly, the gold trade, it's what we wanted from the first trade. We've ended up taking the same trade 3 times. So the same trade 3 times for one result. And to be fair, the NASDAQ would have been a good trade if anyone took that. I didn't take that. You would have got T1 and T2 looking at it. So unfortunately, guys, that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. I'm not trading the DAX. I'm done. I'm calling it a day. We're down 0.9% today. Apologies, guys. It would have been nice to finish off on a positive note, but as we say, not every day can be a winning day. We come back tomorrow morning, guys, and take advantage of the opportunities they're put in front of us. Future Frankie, why would I not want to hear that, mate? I want everyone to succeed. I always want people to succeed. 1.6%, perfect. That's what I want, mate. The whole point of live streams is, you can see where I win, you can see where I lose, but more importantly, I want everyone to succeed. I would never wish anyone not to succeed, mate. So I'm super happy that you want 1.6% up. Anyone else smashed it today? If you have, share it. Success breeds success, guys. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks, Frankie. Take care, guys. I'll see you at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Be careful because remember, tariffs are meant to go in play tomorrow, enforced tomorrow. So there's less than 24 hours left. So you could see some huge vol on indexes, meaning that as there's rumors of deals being engaged, you're going to see the market spike, and if nothing materializes, wait for the wait for the sell-off. It could be huge. So remember, right now the markets are rallying on hope. So the opportunity or the reward in my eyes right now is to the downside, but you're probably going to have to wait till later on in the day for those opportunities. And the way I'm feeling right now, I'll probably be asleep by 6 o'clock. So, guys, have a wonderful day. Good luck. Stay disciplined, and I'll see members at 7 a.m. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.